Yo, good morning guys, how are we? A few of us have started talking now, haven't we? I know I've said this statistic a million fucking times, but the biggest killer in men under 50 is suicide. It is shocking, absolutely shocking. When you think of car accidents and cancer and all the other ailments that you can possibly get in your life, and we take our own on purpose. Now look, I've been there. And sometimes I'm still there, and that's not easy to say. And I don't know why sometimes. Sometimes I just think it's better for everybody. Now, I know that's a bitter pill to swallow for everyone to hear. My family, my friends. And when it comes round to the reality, I feel stupid. And I think, oh, blimey, what if I'd done it? But so many of us do it. I have friends, a fair few friends in fact, that have took their own life, and I thought, God, if they'd have just give it till the next day. This is one of the reasons why I stopped drinking. I know I touched on this. I mean, I've been clean for over 6 years. I got clean on the 22nd of February 2019, would it have been? I don't know, whatever it was, 2019. So I stopped drinking as well at that point, and I think I was probably alcohol dependent at that point, because I was using it to come down off the drugs that I was on. 6 months into being clean, I wondered if I could be like everyone else and have a beer and go to the pub and everything else. And we go on a family outing every year, and I see my cousins, Clive, how are you mate, Phil, Wayne, Jason, all my cousins, and it's great and I love it. But that was one of the big holds. I used to get there and think, they're all such big drinkers, and I want to be able to have a couple of pints, and I could. I mean, I say that in the loosest term because I could have a drink, but it led to more, very slowly, but it did lead to quite a bit more over a period of time. So I'd do that. I'd have a few drinks randomly on birthdays, Christmas, family outings, things like that. I'd have a couple of beers like everyone else. It didn't make me the nicest of people, and I'll be honest with you, even if you can't see it yourself, there's not a lot of good that comes out of drinking. But it took me a few more years to realise it was creeping up on me, and I started drinking then at weekends, and then I started drinking at home, and then it was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then it was whenever the football. It was just carried on and carried on. Anyway, I won't bore you with the fucking details, but that's basically what happened. And I decided that enough was enough, and I was going to get rid of the alcohol as well. And I've not drank now for about a year, I think. It's just I put it in the same box of being clean. But on the back end of that, people think, oh, that's great, it's awesome. You got yourself clean and sober, and you got a brand new life. And it doesn't work like that. Your mental illness, and I struggle saying it, and I don't know, well, I do know, because I speak to quite a lot of you now, and if you want to talk and you want to reach out, woodworkinglife@hotmail.com, I will get back to you. And we've got a little community. I'm thinking of setting up a little, a private page somewhere. I don't really know how to do it, if I'm honest with you, but we are looking into it, where maybe us like-minded guys can talk. And I had an email yesterday off a guy, it was lovely, saying, what do we say to each other, and how do we sort of look after each other? And all I find it is this. Talk. Just talk. I'm rambling, chatting shit, and guys that this resonates with will watch it and think, I feel like that. And it took me a while. I was doing exactly the same. I was on YouTube and I was picking out people. I'm like, God, I feel like that. I felt like that. When I stopped alcohol, I secretly carried on drinking, and I lied, and I even started drinking out of a dark cup and things like that. I thought, no, enough. And it really, really wasn't easy. It took me until I was nearly 40. So to put that into perspective, you know, I had so many tried and failed attempts. It sounds like this was the first time that I'd ever tried it. It fucking was not. I OD'd and died. And I still carried on. That's the fucking, that's the head fuck of it. You know, that I carried on doing drugs after I'd OD'd many times. My appendix exploded. It was awful. It was awful. And then the mental health hits you that you don't realise that you were covering up, you were masking. When you felt low, you fucking do a line of coke, and then all of a sudden, you know what? Your mind wasn't on that. So you do, and I hate the word self-medicate, but it is true. You do. I did. You know, if I was tired, I'd take speed and uppers and everything else that came with it. If I wanted to relax, it could have been anywhere between morphine and crack. It could, you know, and before you know it, you sat on the floor of a fucking dirty council house ODing. Oh, fuck me, what a way to go. What a way for your family to find you. Now look, like I said, the biggest killer in men under 50 is us taking our own lives. I have a vision, boys. I have a vision that we can change it. We can feel better. Do you know what? I can hear my dad going, just fucking man up. He fucking would as well. And that's true. That's what would happen. Fucking man up. You'll be all right. Big whack on the back. Get back to work. You'll be fine. We know that doesn't work. However, he's got some leverage. He's got some clout that we can do it with each other. And the thing is, if you're struggling, please reach out. It doesn't have to be me. I'm no professional. And as far as advice goes, here's a bit of advice. Don't listen to me too much because I have no idea what I'm doing. I just know that 50%, males under 50 is the biggest killer. That is a fact. And I know that this helps me. Me talking to you, I feel that I'm talking directly to my fucking brothers out there that are struggling, that don't want to face the day, that want to pull the curtains closed rather than open them. That, yeah, I know how you feel. I know because I speak to a lot of you. And this isn't, you're not on your own. You're not on your own. Like I say, it's, and I keep saying it because I don't think it's sunk in with me. The biggest killer, we do it. We let our families, children, wives, people that you don't think probably love you as much as they do, find you dead. There's a better plan for you. There's a better plan for me. And I need to remember that. And I am getting there, slowly. But I need this. I need to talk to you and open up and talk more. And just doing that, I can feel myself. You remember the old saying, a problem shared is a problem halved. And, you know I put my life out on here and I don't get a lot of hate, if I'm perfectly honest. And I ignore the shitty ones that do it because ultimately you guys give me the motivation to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm sorry I'm walking around in circles. I am trying to do a bit of a weight loss journey and I've just took my tablets and they make me a bit all over the place. So rather than walking around the streets and risk me diving header, as Clive, my cousin, would say, I just do a few steps around the house just to clear my head, have some water, and if I'm going to go, I've got the sofa right there. So if you get dizzy, so am I. And sometimes I put some music on. Music's a good one. So again, this is just a bit of a rambling video, but music's a good one. Listen to your music, whatever soothes you. Make a playlist. I never used to meditate, and I still probably, what I do, I don't meditate as such. I don't sit there. I think of meditation as a sit there with your fingers like that, with your neat legs crossed, and no, not at all. Meditation can be any way of just being quiet, and for me, taking your brain someplace else. It's a little bit like, think of a baby screaming. Now, for some mums and dads, that can get too much. We know that's a fact. And what you're told to do is walk away, aren't you? Walk away, have a breath. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've never had to do that, but I'm using this as an example. Walk away from a screaming child if you're feeling pent up and angry. You know what? I don't know, again, if this is right, but it's what I do. I can only tell you what I do, which helps me. Do you know the days when you get up and, I don't know, you put your one sock on the wrong way around, you can't get your foot out the leg of your tracky bottoms, or you drop your cup, or, I don't know, it spirals, doesn't it? And you think, fucking hell, today's going to be shit. And you've already written the day off. What I suggest from that point, and you know what? Fuck anybody that sort of goes against, you know, if you've got an employer that says, well, you're 5 minutes, fuck off. Just fuck off. And say, look, I had a minute. I had a moment. You can call it a mental health minute. Have a mental health minute. It's not a fag break. It's not you taking the piss. It's a mental health minute where you just go out, look at the sky, look at the birds, play that favourite song. And remember what life is about. Remember that even if you're not as close to your family or friends, that you could be. And it's only you that's holding you back. Now I need to eat some of my own words, and it's only because I'm feeling a little bit more positive this morning that I'm able to do this video, because it comes across as bullshit if I don't. And this is one thing that I always wanted, that my channel started by accident. I was low one day and somebody said, you need to start making your bird boxes again. I didn't have a purpose. I struggled working because I was seizuring multiple times, sometimes multiple times a day. And it was hard work. My mental health crashed. I tried to commit suicide a couple of times. And I say tried to commit suicide in a very serious term. It hospitalised me. It wasn't just a cry for help. I think it was partly. Looking back at it, you know, I could have took twice the amount of pills and drove my car into head-on traffic. Not suggestible, but that's what I could have done. But I didn't. Was I subconsciously hoping that I would be stopped? At the time, I didn't think so, but maybe now, yes. And I'm glad, I'm glad my wife found me. No, it was devastating for my wife. Absolutely PTSD. She should be on more tablets than me for what I've put her through. But she's still fucking here. Doesn't that prove that there's people around us? Chokes me up a little bit, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know why. I don't know why she would want to be with me. She's beautiful. She's amazing. And she's still here. And yet she's cleaned me up. She's seen me so high I can't function or even remember. And she's still here. I'm not going to disrespect her or my family any longer by giving them the worry of finding me dead. No, instead I'm going to put it on you guys, and I'm going to talk to you. And I'm going to reach out, and I've got a few of you that I can reach out. Jim, Jack, John, I like the 3 J's. They're my best friends in a weird way. And we talk all the time, and it's amazing. And, you know, Neil, there's loads of us that we talk, and it's great. And one day I see a vision of us maybe going on, it sounds a bit crap, but like a woodland walk where we can find driftwood and sticks and talk, maybe go for a breakfast, have a cup of coffee. If you like birds, bird watch, you know, just get out in fucking nature. I don't know if it's going to consist of maybe our own little craft fair or something. I don't know. I just don't know. With the shit that we can make and the stuff that we can do. A few of you have reached out and said, oh, I'm no good. I'm useless at doing stuff like this. And then they've sent me pictures of stuff they've made. And I'm like, Jesus, fucking hell, I wouldn't have been able to do that. You know, the first few weeks into learning woodwork. I mean, there's jewellery you can do out of wood as well. It's beautiful. Some of the stuff that's sent to me is phenomenal. That these are made by just people that need a bit of help. And it's great. And we're getting there slowly but surely. But the little bit of following I don't say that following that I have. I don't mean that. I'm humbled. I'm massively humbled by it. And I think it's the following that we've got. If it wasn't for you guys, there wouldn't be this channel. And even if this is only seen by 2, 3, 4, 10 people, and it's touched a couple of people by going, I feel like that, but I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to make a fucking bird box, or I'm going to go and sit in nature and have a coffee and sit on the table before I hang myself. And then you think, you know what? No, I ain't going to hang myself today. It's too beautiful. Too beautiful a day. Fuck the noise. Stop the noise in your head. Stoicism is another good one. It's not a religion. It's not a cult. It's a way of thinking. And Marcus Aurelius, you probably know that name from Gladiator. He was one of the first to, I don't know if he created Stoicism, but his thinking or his way of thinking was certainly taken into consideration. It started basically a new movement. If you look into Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius' name will come up. And it's basically cutting out the noise of things that you can't control. You can't control what Trump's going to do. You can't control what our stupid fucking government's going to do. You can't control if you're going to get cancer. To a point. Don't smoke shit tons. There's a fucking tip for you. But you know what I mean. Your brother's next door neighbour's sister's friend's cat's just died. Yeah, it's dead. There's nothing you can do about it. What I'm trying to say is it can come across quite heartless, Stoicism. But it's not. All it is putting your energies into things that deserve your energy. Your family, your wife, your friends, fuck people you don't know or don't like. They can think whatever they want. And that's up to them. There's nothing you can do about it. If they don't like you, they don't like you. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I don't pretend to be somebody I'm not. I don't pretend to think I'm the best carpenter in the world or the best welder. I know I'm not. But it gives me a purpose. Like I say, my cousin rang me last night and it was a lovely call. It was timed perfectly, Clive, wasn't it? Timed perfectly. That I had a few things on my mind that I told them, and it just felt like such a release. And I just felt that somebody was there for me, along with my wife and my family. It was just a extended family that I knew was there for me, and it meant a lot. And even if you think you haven't got that, I'm telling you, you have. And even if you think there's nobody in your life, no one's contacted you for ages, reach out. Reach out. Life can be better again, and it's worth it. I worry now so much that I'm going to lose this life that I nearly threw away. That sometimes causes me anxiety. That what if it had worked? What if I'd continued doing what I was doing? So that's a bit deep and meaningful for before 11 o'clock, isn't it? And I've been rambling on for nearly 20 minutes, and I'm nearly blind because I haven't got my glasses on. And every lap that I do, I feel I get redder and redder. So before I look a complete tit, I'm going to sign off. I will post this one probably a bit later on. Have a good day. If you're struggling, guys, if you're fucking struggling, talk. Reach out. Woodworking Life at hotmail.com, and I'll get back to you. Or my wife will. One of us will. And we'll have a chat. And even put you in contact with other people, not professionals that want to hear your story. How do you feel about that? No, normal people, genuine people that are going through the same. I've also got it's not mine, a sober app that I use. And I had to restart it. I had to get to 3 days, back to 1, 20 days, back to 1, 7 days, back to 1. I'm now just picked up my 2,200 badge days. So just over 6 years. And I think the actual days is 2,249, I think. So I still keep a track of each day at a time. And it is, if you feel low, you feel shit, walk out the shop, say to your boss, I just need a mental health minute. I dare him say anything. Go out, get coffee, sit and breathe. You know what's the worst going to happen? The sun is still going to rise. It's still going to set. The world will still turn. Just because you're not in it for 5 minutes. And go and get your head right. reach out, talk, seriously. And we'll do something. The more, I've got nearly 5 million views now, and it's not because of me. I know it's because of you, and I'll always remember that. I don't want anything from it. I genuinely, desperately don't, apart from not killing ourselves. That's all I want, really. And it makes me so happy to hear and talk to some people with exactly the same story, sometimes worse, you know, and they're still here and they're successful stories, and even people that have beaten so much and they're still kicked while they're down. They're still here. We need to hear these stories. We need to get together and live our lives again. You know, I struggle with certain things as well, that this white privilege, we're meant to be the top of the fucking chain. White men, top of the chain. I've never been racist in my fucking life, or sexist. I don't care about the LGBT whatever community. I don't give a shit, to be perfectly honest. You've got all the rights that you ever wanted, and good. We're just humans, we're just people. Stop being fucking horrible to each other. You know, I don't care enough about people that want to marry a fucking table leg. I don't give a shit. If you want to put a cat's head on and get kicked in the nuts, you can fucking do it. But I don't want to see it. So I don't normally go back and watch a lot of my videos and things because there's some weird shit on here. But all I do know is that I get messages and emails from you guys. It makes it all fucking worth it. So after me saying I was going to sign off, that was 5 minutes ago. If you're still here, let me know, because I will make you a badge. Because I'm fucking rambling shit. I don't know how many steps I've been doing since I've been talking, but I bet I've done 1,000 steps since I've been talking to you. My head's a little bit clearer. It's not as fuzzy. I'm going to stick the kettle on. I'm going to have a coffee. I'm going to get around my Hobbit workshop. The sun is out. Fuck yeah. Fucking something wrong with me. And guess what? I'll catch you in the next one.